For 6 minutes, the crowd inside the O2 Arena dared to believe. They contemplated that a new, improved David Haye, humbled by Tony Bellew last time out, had made the necessary adjustments and would prove, as many have long thought, that he was simply too good a boxer for Tony Bellew. But then suddenly, with one Bellew left hook, the mask slipped and the walls came tumbling down. This is it, and surely even the Haymaker knew it as he climbed to his feet once, twice, 3 times here on Saturday night. His phenomenal career, at least at anything close to the top level, must be over. It was a cruel, brutal way to go. But boxing is a cruel, brutal sport in which frailties are exposed in the most public of fashions. Related articles: previous one, the next Tony Bellew stops David Haye in London rematches he. Tony Bellew went from being kicked out of school to good Ison. Tony Bellew's net worth revealed ahead of Bellew v Haye. Tony Bellew vs David Haye Q&A. What has changed since there? Share this article. Share the illusion that Haye would take Bellew out with one shot was shattered last March. But the idea that Bellew could go to war and leave the former 2-weight world champion crumpled in a heap. No one thought that. Well, no one outside Bomber's camp anyway. After 2 rounds during which Haye showed more feints, head movement and jabs than he had for 11 sessions in the first fight, Bellew changed everything. A left hook sent the Haymaker reeling, another had him flirting with the canvas before a right hand put him on the floor. Bellew smelled blood, and moments later another thundering combination on the bell floored his rival again. It took another 5 minutes for Bellew to send Haye to the canvas for the 3rd time with a vicious left hook. Referee Howard Foster stepped in to stop the bombardment only seconds later. But by then the writing was on the wall in big, blue letters. Haye may have flirted with the idea of carrying on in the immediate aftermath of the fight. But surely when he watches this back, even he won't be able to convince himself his time at the top is anything but up. Anthony Joshua had touted the possibility of a clash with Haye had he exacted revenge here. After 5 rounds, the heavyweight king was seen laughing and clapping at ringside as Bellew celebrated an emotional win. For the Bomber, this was the perfect end to a horrendous period in his life. For Haye, this is surely the end. Full stop. He had said himself in the lead up to fight night, a win was not enough. Bellew, a blown-up cruiserweight, has won a world title and had earned his rivals' respect last time out. But even he concedes he's too small to challenge the likes of Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Had Haye struggled again on Saturday night, even in victory, he knew his hopes of a shot at the big boys of the division, and a chance to regain his world title, would be down the drain. Well, they're all the way in the gutter, and halfway down the sewer after that. 14 months had passed since the 37-year-old limped around the O2 Arena ring, a sitting duck and barely even a shadow of the fighter who once unified the cruiserweight division, before stepping up and winning the WBA heavyweight crown. That ruptured Achilles all but put pay to his hopes of winning the fight. In the 5 rounds he survived before the towel came in, Haye showed the heart and warrior spirit many have long accused him of lacking. But what he needed to prove this time round was that the wild, plundering fighter that Bellew made miss for so much of the opening few sessions was, as he claimed, only a bad impersonation of his former self. He had brought in Cuban legend Ismael Salas to work his corner and rid himself of the distasteful demeanor and sinister threats that marred the build-up to fight night first time round. Back came long-trusted strength and conditioning coach Ruben Tabas too. What had remained steadfast was the will and the belief. That will likely never fade, even as Bellew hammered every last nail in the coffin. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for the human body, especially one as battered and broken as Haye's. He is now 10 years older and more than 20 pounds heavier than when he destroyed Enzo Macaronelli in 2 rounds here in March 2008 to cement his status as the unified cruiserweight king. The curse of Father Time means the athleticism and speed he showed that night is now beyond him. As Shane McGuigan, his coach for the first Bellew fight, told Sportsmail, the heavyweight needed to learn to fight like he's 37, not 21. But could he show here any of the sharpness, ringcraft and experience that carried him so far, but was so lacking last time out? Well, in the first couple of rounds, there were none of the wild hooks that missed wildly last March, as well as one lovely overhand right. His shots were sharper and more carefully selected, even if his movement has slowed significantly with time. But most damagingly of all, the elusiveness of his former days has gone. He has become far too easy to hit, and when Bellew landed his first meaningful shot of the fight, Haye imploded. Instead of covering up, he unloaded. And he paid the ultimate price. Should Haye call it a day, it would be a sad climax to a brilliant career. Sport shouldn't treat its finest servants like this. But, after all, boxing rarely does do happy endings. Related articles: previous one. The next Tony Bellew stops David Haye in London rematches he. Tony Bellew went from being kicked out of school to good Ison. Tony Bellew's net worth revealed ahead of Bellew v Haye. Tony Bellew vs David Haye Q&A. What has changed since there? Share this article. Share.